Here's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. On play action, Fields. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Fields. Throw left side, complete to Tony. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
So this, Charles, on paper at least, not the most even of matchups. Polar opposite, really. I mean, on one sideline, you got the hottest team in the league, still unbeaten, and on the other side, a winless squad.
And that's why I owe you, and I owe you big, because you did email me this week to remember any given Sunday. That was a phrase you typed to me. And that's what we have to remember in this ball game. It resounds when you think about it. Unbeaten versus winless, any given Sunday, anything can happen in this league.
Well, it's just been an aerial attack all the way downfield, and they're putting it to the defense in a big way right now. What do you think, partner? Do you now run the football? Because they're in a pretty good spot already at the outer edges of the field goal.
But, like you always tell me, you're still far enough away from the end zone that a pass could be a good option here, too.
You know, we always talk about running the ball until people take it away from you. I don't see any reason to stop throwing it until they take it away from you as well.
Well, the early returns here on the opening drive, though, solid. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Fields. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Off play action, Fields. Flush to his right. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off near the 26. And the Raiders are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Carson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
On 3rd down, Carson, and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He was brought down by Nick Needham. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Carson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Chris Carson. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Raiders have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line.
Play action. It's Fields. That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. Oh, big hole right side.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They'll try to run for it with Carter.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Fields buying time to us, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Justin Fields with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On first down, it's Carson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And another tackle broken. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a give right side. Carson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Carson. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They run it with Carson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. This is Carson. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
2nd and 9. Draw play. This is Carson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
The kick by McManus is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
McManus's point after is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Smith to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's coming. Check him. Check him.
Now Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Here we go. Check.
They'll run with Carter. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Michael Carter with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Carson out of the backfield. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down now, it's Carson. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll run on first down. Carson, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They go back to Carson here on second. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They're going to look to throw. They'll run the screen with Carson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second and 11. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They'll set up to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat. And if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Fields. Oh, Boyd, what a catch. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
2nd and 7. Fields now to throw.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Michael Carter.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st down, it's Carson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's the Raiders punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
With the score, Packers 21, Raiders 20.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
He's brought down by Terrell Burgess. Second and 5. Carter once more. Carter a 1st down and more.
And finally down at the 41-yard line.
103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Here's a give to Carter.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. Fields. Eluding the pressure right.
He'll air this one out for Boyd.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Here's Fields.
This one caught by Ridley. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second down at the 13-yard line.
To throw is Fields.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Looking to throw. Fields. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Justin Fields.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
151 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
First down, Las Vegas.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's a 2nd down.
At the Packers' 42-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Well, for Chris Carson, I mean, he is a powerfully built back, and using that size and strength there to good advantage as he shakes free of a would-be tackler. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
On first down, Carter. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Out to his left. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Carter. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Fields. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Carter. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A gutsy decision there, going for it on 4th, but they got it, and that likely puts an end to this one.
Indeed, it was gutsy because there's so many other options they probably could have exercised in that situation, but they bet on.
And he's across for the touchdown, and in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
McCann now for the extra point.
And that makes it a 9-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Richie James on the return.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Able to find Gallup, and he'll get this up past the 45. It's a 1st down, but the tackle comes in bounds.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
That's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
On play action, Fields.
Flushed out right. Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
Woo! Pick, baby. This way.
Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for Green Bay, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos.